Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the newest episode of Hey Everybody. So, let's have some dinner. Did everybody rub the sanitizing lotion on their hands today? Do you feel healthy? Please feel healthy. Wear a mask. Okay. So, what I've got today, some beautiful king salmon. I have fava beans. No Chianti, no liver, just fava beans. Beautiful dried porcinis. This is the porcini tea, I like to call it. You take the dried porcinis, pour the boiling water over it, let it sit for 30 minutes, and it releases out this really rich aroma, aromatic, umami flavor. I have some salted butter from... I have Vermont Creamery cultured butter. That means that it went to a really fancy school. It got a really great education and wore a lot of plaid and topsiders. That's what that means, that it's cultured. So what I'd like to do, and I have a lemon here. So starters, fish, I have all laid out in a tray. It's been portioned, pin bone, skin's nice and dry. I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. I have a cast iron pan behind me. I'm gonna turn the heat on, get that sucker going. I do have the hood on today, so we will not set the alarm off. I just turned it up, make sure it's doing its job. How's everybody's hair at home? Are you really nervous about your hair? You know what? At least you have some. That's something to think about for those of you who have hair. There are folks out there who don't have hair and get really upset, so don't worry about it. You can cut it yourself and let it grow back. Give yourself a bad haircut. Nobody's gonna see it. Wear a hat. So let's do this. I also have some asparagus, and I'm kind of debating if I want to add asparagus to it. See? So I pre-blanched it. One of the tricks with asparagus is I like to snap the end off, and as you can see, it's got a little like skateboard ramp on it. This means where it naturally snaps is where it becomes where the tough part ends. So this is going to be more tender than what I took off. So if you want to cut it and make it super beautiful, that's fine. I kind of like the little whoop, whoop, skateboard ramp there. I got a quarter pipe going. Yeah. So I have two separate pans, non-reactive, which is a stainless steel pan. And then I have my cast iron pan, which I'm getting hot to sear my fish. I will season the fish now with a little bit of Jacobsen salt. Let me make some room here. A little bit of pepper. Okay, I have pepper, fresh ground, always fresh ground pepper. If you buy pre-ground pepper, you don't know how long it's been around for. It's not pure pepper, it's a mix of other things, so. Okay, a little bit of salt on the fish. No special spice blends today, keeping it really simple. Salt, pepper, really great. This is wild, local king salmon from Kenny. Sorry, brain's not processing really well. It's only had a couple meltdowns this week, maybe two just today. The Kenny is 2x You can order from him if you live in the Bay Area. Great guy. He also owns the restaurant Fish in Sausalito, which I like. You can go pick up fish there. He has a market. So go there, pick up fish to cook for yourself, and have him cook for you. Kind of like a double whammy if you do it right. There we go. I like it a little coarse. Unlike Ludo, who's French, he likes white pepper, but he did use black pepper yesterday. I always like black pepper. I think black pepper's got more flavor. I think white pepper, for me, is great for different applications. I like to mix multiple peppercorns and have red, dried green, black, and white all together as a peppercorn melange. Delicious. Seasoned fish. I've only seasoned the skin side. When I put it in the pan, I'll season the other side with salt very lightly. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over here. I have a little bit of olive oil here. Guess what? We're gonna use it to sear the fish. Not a lot though, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and then I'll add butter to baste the fish, which I do need to get nothing for. Other pan, I'm going to turn it on to low, okay? Start to bring up the heat. And what I was thinking about is taking these beautiful asparagus spears and splitting them lengthwise. And I'm not going to use all the fava beans because I shelled a lot today. I shelled them, blanched and shelled them all. But I want to have a nice mix today. Just a couple. So it's a very green dish. And salmon's beautiful in season right now. Just split them lengthwise. So can you see there? There we go. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Who doesn't like beautiful green? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So I did blanch these for 1 minute. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I remove them from the boiling salted water and I lay them out in a sheet tray and I lightly drizzle them with extra virgin olive oil. Counting to 10 is enough for them to carry over to cook enough, but then there's the carryover as it sits on the tray. I don't like to always shock these. Some people do, I do not. Somebody's gonna call me a bad person for it. That's fine, that's your opinion. You know what opinions are like. Okay, hot, fish pan's ready to go. A little bit of olive oil, like I said, just a little. I talk about these a lot, right? These are great presses. Okay, turning down the heat. Okay, move the oil around the pan. Fan is working well. Okay, all the fish is down. I'll give you a visual in a sec. A little bit of salt on the fish. Oh, you weren't looking. You were looking at me. There you go. Look at the fish. Look at that fish. Focus. Focus your eyes on the fish. Become one with the fish in your pan. Okay, so just salt. Just seasoning this side, a little salt, okay? Nothing much. That's it. While the fish is cooking, get my dirty tray over there for cleaning. That had paper towels down that absorbs the moisture off of the skin to allow it to crisp. Now, I'm gonna put down my presses. Those are just natural weight to put the fish to have a little weight so the fish, that the muscle doesn't retract and make the fish skin curl. So I want crispy everywhere, okay? I'm gonna make a brown butter in that pan where the fish is, but I'm gonna cook, maybe I will. I'm still debating on what I'm gonna do. I like the a la minute part. Okay, so I have my butter. Now it's time for me to take a nice piece of that butter and drop it in with the fish. About that much. Tablespoon. Perfect. Okay, we're not gonna use all these fava beans. There's no way. I'll show you how much. This is a cup measure. There we go. I had a cup of fava beans. Maybe I'll use a cup and a half. Or maybe 2 cups, but I'm not using this. This is about 6 cups. Okay. In my pan over here, it's on low. First, butter. Yes, butter. Right in that pan. Beautiful. In goes my asparagus. Okay, asparagus in first, then the fava beans. Cup 1. Half of a cup. 1.5 cups of fava beans. So all I have left is 3 things that I haven't used. Porcini tea, lemon. I've used the butter, I've used my salt, I've used my pepper. So I'm gonna make my sauce in the pan. Voila. I'm removing the presses. I'm removing the presses because the fish is nice. Okay? It's good. So now I'm going to take the fish and I'm going to play a little basting game. So I'm going to put you over there. You're, by the way, standing on top of a pot. So, okay, nice clean spoon. Okay, we have butter in here already. So I'm going to make sure the fish is free first. I don't want to make the skin tear. And by shaking the pan naturally, I find out that answer. See? The fish is moving. Okay? If you force move the fish, you're going to tear the skin. Natural caramelization has to happen. Okay, I'm going to tip the pan back. Want some of that butter in there on the fish. Now, there is 3 of us in the house, one of which is 14. That's why there's an extra piece of fish. Okay, you keep seeing me put my spoon in this, right? This is a vein of hot water, so I can, every time I dip it in, the water's hot, so it's super clean, and it's got a little heating element on the bottom that I can allow it to sit on a hot burner, which is great, because it allows me to keep my water hot, which keeps everything nice and cold. So the beans are coming together nicely. My beans and my beautiful asparagus. That's going to get a little salt. We're going to add some more butter in here. Perfect. So the butter's getting nice and brown. It's what I was looking for, because we're going to do a brown butter sauce. Baste that fish. Look at that. Now the reason I want to use this pan to make my sauce in, because I've got all the natural flavors coming from this salmon, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to use the natural residual flavor coming off the salmon to build my sauce. So to do that, now the fish is getting pretty close to be done. I'm going to flip it in it, but I need to start adding my porcinis. So right into that butter. Nothing, porcini brown butter. Like, how perfect is that? Will I need a little bit more butter? Maybe, but maybe not. The aroma is really beautiful. Dried mushrooms, porcini, shiitakes, caramelization brings out umami. Roasting tomatoes, really, really great things. So this is going to be quite beautiful. The one thing to remember though is mushrooms suck up butter, so we have to be really smart. That's why I have my lemon, and I have a little more butter if I need it. Okay? The fava beans are looking great. Fish porcini's great. Super, super simple. Okay? I'm gonna grab a big plate. You guys watch the fish for me. How's my fish, guys? Is it all right? Okay. So, I'm gonna take a little bit of lemon zest in here, brighten up my veg a little bit. I try to use as much of the same flavor profile as possible. So really give it some depth. Okay, fish is just about there. Crispy skin. This is going to be done in about 1 minute across the board. Okay? Okay. I'm going to mix a little olive oil with butter for my, because I like the pepperiness, so I'm getting the fat, the unctuousness from the butter, but then I'm getting peppery from the olive oil. Okay? That's going to go down. I'm going to start taking my fish off. We're going to finish the sauce. That's it, guys. This really isn't as hard as cooking is. Can be hard, but it also cannot be. By the way, the amount of time it goes to clean fava beans is a long time. So I think it's fun. It's one of my favorite things. It's a great way to give yourself some peace and quiet in the house. Even if you have family members, it's a nice way to be calm. Okay, the last one. Okay, you see the plate. Now we're gonna go finish the sauce. Bringing you back over here. You're looking at that pan. It's gonna pinch more butter. Okay, I'm gonna brown that butter. I'm gonna let that cook just a hair longer. Because I want to use lemon, we'll use a little strainer, strain the lemon juice through it. Turn that heat up high. Now I'm going to season this. A little salt. I can see what I'm looking for in here, folks. So you understand, what I'm looking for is caramelization within the butter, and it's going to start to brown. You're going to get all these little brown specks, and if you look closely, you can see it right there. Okay? Hopefully that made some sense. In goes the juice. Now, all brown butter sauces need some acid, in my opinion, because it's butter. Now, I want this to come together, so I'm going to add a pinch of my porcini tea. It's going to give me a little emulsification body. The sauce is changing color, and right now she's done. What I'm looking for is a nice glacé, nice body here. I don't want it to separate, but I want the porcinis to be vibrant and fresh. So I'm going to take you over here. This is probably a little heavier than I want it to be. Meaning the pan, not the sauce. And there you have it. So, super straight up. Local wild king salmon, fava beans, asparagus, and a porcini brown butter. If you don't have porcinis, that's okay. You can just do a brown butter with lemon. These are dried porcinis. You can get them at the store. You can get multiple other varieties of dried mushrooms. Dried morels with this would be exceptional. Fresh morels would be even better. But I didn't have any, so I worked with what I had. Have fun, cook for your family, be healthy, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart from somebody else. And remember, hey everybody, so